Motorola's are very good products. I think I like the best out of all the radio systems I deal with. Maybe Hytera, it's the next, but Motorola, it's above all the other brands I dealt with in the past. And sometimes they come out with some shitty product on the market or bad design. And this is one of them. It's called Impress Charger or some sort of a Impress2. And in this case, the pockets are designed for all the radios HT750 batteries. And this is a cleaned one. It came with a minor problem, like an LED not turning green. And so, of course, I took the board out, and this is my reason to show you what's inside. But this white stuff is the goop I put on because I like to overkill. Usually we use conformal coating. We coat most radios and PC boards, but not everything. So we avoid connectors, we avoid parts that usually require replacement, like fuses and volume potentiometers and channel selectors. So those we keep away from conformal coating. But in this case, from my experience with conformal coated radios, that sometimes they still come back with a flex cable connector, like a ZIF connector, that we could not coat because we need those contacts to touch a cable or whatever connector. They come back with corrosion, and some parts where the coating did not get, like behind some of the big ICs, so the water get behind and it's corroding from inside out. Depends on how much water you get and stuff. Now with this one I did more than necessary, and on top I'll do conformal coating. And you don't have to do that. This is not an advice. I'm just showing you how this board look like, in case you were wondering what's inside of an Impress charger. So it's two-side PC board and a bunch of parts. But what I don't like about this system is that they don't use identical pockets, individual pockets, or let's say even it's one single PC board or two PC boards like some other chargers, like gang chargers. A system that it's easier to troubleshoot when you have, let's say, an identical design copied 3 times, or you have two boards, or when you want to replace a board that had corrosion, you just take a board and swap it from another charger that we use for parts, or I don't know, we never order boards for those gang chargers, but actually we ordered in the past for ones that have individual boards and own power supply, like a 110 volts on the same PC board. We ordered those like $200 something, but mostly we use boards that are from dead chargers that are not economical for repair. But in this case you have to replace the whole thing. So let's say you have corrosion around here, instead of cleaning up the area, then realizing that you spent 2 hours or something, and you realize that you still have trace damage, and because of this IC you have 3 pockets that are dead, and the customer say, no, forget about, I can't really use the 3 pockets only, and you already spent 3 hours or 2 hours fixing this one. Is like a $200 something, then I end up paying $200 something service, and I end up with 3 pockets only. So it's not economical repair on those cases. That's why I'm saying this design, like a single board, single PC board, probably it's easy from the manufacturer point of view, but from troubleshooting it, from servicing, is not easy. When you have individual PC boards on one, let's say one half board or one board, and you have identical design, then you just copy the troubleshooting. That's the way I do. I measure one pocket or one board or one section, I would say, and I compare voltage here, voltage there. Is it the same? No, not the same. Especially when I don't have schematic. Also, you need to look inside of this connectors, and if you don't want to take the board out, um, or you get one of these ones and you're not proficient with repairs, you are an end user and you kind of know how to use the screwdriver, what you can do, you can remove these ones, and you see this little sticker here, that is hiding a screw with a Phillips head. And you take this two out and flip this one, and if you see that much dirt, especially that shows old dirty water dripping, that tells you that the water got onto this main board, so you may have to take the board out. But you can have a look at pockets, contacts, and for that you have to reach these boards which are installed here, and I'm just showing you what's inside. So you see these little boards that I cleaned, now are clean, but they had some corrosion, again because of bad design. So you have water that is dripping from the radio, being brought from outside from the rain, so the radio is drenched full of water. The water goes in here and it goes through the bottom, comes out here and drips onto these little boards, and then it goes through the wires, right? So the water drips nicely and end up on the boards, on the main board. So you have to think that way. The water ends up here, causes some corrosion because you get some voltage, and this one has to go for service. But if you don't see much water, you might have to clean these contacts and get it going, or sometimes these contacts get bent and they don't really connect the battery to these contacts here on these little PC boards. So that's kind of an idea, mostly to show you what it is.